And look at that chart. It's almost the same as this one. And look at the breakout that it gave me. And it has actually worse fundamentals than what you're describing right now. And this was purely just you see that cup and handle breakout? But I mean, this is purely just an energy play. We all know what energy's been doing, right? And that's why I got involved in this. But anyways, yeah, these are the kind of plays that I look for. Breakout plays out of cup and handle formations. Like, it's just they just get on their horse, man. I mean, you're talking about a 26% return on that one in about a week and a half. But it's the same. It's oil and gas, U.S. exploration and production. They're in the same group. It's something to be said, right? When these
What was the
groups,
name
when these
of the
groups can.
last ticker? What was
Oh,
the name?
Denbury, is that DEN? David Echo Nancy. And this is what happens when things start to move in unison, right? When groups start to move in unison. I mean, this has been going on with the energy sector for a good part of now, going on 4 weeks now. A little bit of the same with financials is happening a little bit, where they get on their legs, man. They just keep going, and even rusty boats rise in high tide.
Interesting. Okay, everything has its cycles. We recognize this. Let me just read chat real quick. I want to look into this company a little bit more. There was one gentleman who asked about FDX. Make sure he gets to see what he wanted to see, and then
Yeah, for sure. I just wanted to show you what I look at. I look at groups. That's all.
the Mazerin. Oh, it's fine. Whatever you guys can. The main point I was trying to make earlier. Let's see here. Main point I was trying to make earlier. So I don't really care what you guys say here. You can say whatever you want. You're all adults. You guys are fine. You can tell me about whatever investments you want. Tell me how your day is going. And tell me I look weird. I don't. It's fine.
You don't look weird, dude.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but name will never hurt me. So let's look at. He said FDX. Wait a minute. We've looked at this at some point. FedEx. Oh,
FedEx.
How do we not know this one? How do we not know that? Oh, of course. FedEx. All reliable. How's it doing relative to UPS? Quick, don't look. Tell me, is UPS doing better or worse?
Look exactly the same.
They look exactly the same? Okay. Because I
Probably. I'm leaning on probably.
Okay. Because I know UPS had been on a tear for a moment, but, the faster they rise, the harder they fall. Guys, if you're in chat and you're not following right now, what are you doing? Make sure you're following to stay up to date. We have a ton of highlights that are released regularly. We stream every week. Make sure you're following. You don't want to miss out. So this is an interesting sell-off here. The question is, does it break the monthly 20 moving average? If it did, it would make a very nice entry at that 140. I would happily put a bid in for this at like 144. But let's start marking it up. Let's give it some more attention than that. Also, look at the shade of yellow with the lines. We've said this before. We're saying it again. You can kind of date a chart based on the color of the lines, because TradingView at some point updated the shade of yellow their default yellow is. Fun fact.
I would say UPS is doing better as far as the chart is concerned while you're looking at that. I was looking at it.
Is it? Okay. I'll put them, I'll do the
I
comparative
mean, the
thing.
chart, it just looks
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
I'll overlay them. Quite clearly, FedEx had also been doing it had a bit of a sprint there. But we're slowly getting to it. It takes time to build out these charts, but once we get them, they're scarily accurate. Scarily accurate. Note how we're looking at a monthly chart now. This is more my time frame. This is more the time frame I like to be trading. We are investigating that right now. Make sure to stick around. We are investigating where the future of FedEx right now. I'll have an answer for you here real soon. Yeah, we can look at LMFA for sure, Mazen. We will definitely do that. Just make sure to stick around. We also have this package that we're going to open at some point, mystery package. What do you guys think is inside? Try and guess.
I am back.
He's back.
Hello. Welcome.
With the baby to bed, man.
The baby's from Ohio.
Got a baby in my hand and put a 3-year-old to bed.
Yeah,
the
buddy.
the baby. Okay.
I knew it. It's usually around this time, man. Yeah. Just step away for a sec.
Teaching the baby all my TA.
Hey man, it's never too soon to learn about things like this. People spend their whole lives just trying to figure out how they're gonna retire, and you know, I wish I was in my single digits, like learning how to do investing and manage your finances, like in high school. Like I feel like that should be like part of standard curriculum, but you know.
Yeah, if you want any baby sound effects, just let me know.
Yeah, buddy.
Spare us, my friend. But if you ever have anything to say, you're more than welcome to talk at any time, of course.
What are the chances of Facebook selling off tomorrow into the close? That is the question.
That's a good question. We just looked at the state of Snapchat, and that was scary looking.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. It's got no pulse.
Man, it got whacked,
like
bro.
Clear. It's like clear. It just has no pulse. It looks like a bottom-dwelling fish. It's just down there, just like, look at it. Look at a 15-minute chart. Oh, don't do it now because you're working on that. But if you look at a 15-minute chart for like the last, I don't know, 2 sessions, it just looks like a bottom-dwelling fish. Looks like a gecko.
Nowhere but
It's
down
like
to
no
go.
pulse.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. Hopefully you guys were here for that portion of the stream. If not, we were actually talking about our VOD that we uploaded to both Twitch and YouTube about social media. We have a whole bunch of VODs right now, right here attached to this Twitch channel that we're talking about Snapchat, so the social media index, Google, again, timestamp for you guys, 10/17. Twitter, Facebook, we covered all of that. So make sure to look at the highlights if that's something that's interesting to you.
So Facebook closed at 328.69, went all the way up to 344.30, was the high of the extended session after the report. So it went from 328.69 to 344.30, and then it's come back down to 334, $10 from that 344, and it's just like sideways moving, sideways to up slightly on the extended hour session. But I mean, it's just interesting that it just gave everything back pretty much of the climb that it had, most of the climb, probably like 3/4 of it after earnings. Man, I'm willing to bet this thing's gonna sell off into the close tomorrow.
So, a lot of people will strap earnings. Do you know what strapping is?
Do what? Strap earnings? What do you mean by that?
Before earnings, like a few days before or a few weeks before, they'll buy an equally weighted options and put position, like, you know, they'll buy a put and a call, and then
Okay.
all they're looking for is basically the implied volatility to skyrocket when the earnings goes off.
Yeah.
That a lot of people do that, more the momentum side. You don't hear me talk about things like that too much. I know what I know, and I know what I don't know, and I know how to work within my skill, within my bounds. But yeah, a lot of people will buy both the call and the put, and then once the earnings go live, the implied volatility skyrockets, which causes the price to go in one direction, and then you either have an automatic sell order once it hits a certain threshold or whatever, and then you're stuck holding the other half of the trade. So in that exact scenario, what you'd basically be describing would be someone who had both the call and a put. It went up with the implied volatility and all the attention it was getting. They probably hit the sell on the call. The call would have been up money, so that they started cashing out into all the volatility, all the volume. You would need a volume to move these contracts, right? So now you're only holding a put, and then it comes right back down after unloading the calls, it comes right back down, and now you're unloading your put, and then it stables out, and it's almost like it never even happened because it ends up in the same place.
Like a wall.
Yeah, but it's the economic activity, it's the fact that there was a transaction at these 2 points, the lower point and the higher point. There was intrinsic and extrinsic value exchanged. That would be my very abstract way and contract-induced way of explaining the Facebook move you're talking about. We are starting to see a little bit of a uptrending price channel here on FDX, recommended to us by Denzao in the chat. Again, if you guys are new here, my name's Ethan. Make sure to visit ethanwrenn.com. From there, you can find links to all my various social media sites. Make sure you're following on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, DLive. We are live on 4 different platforms right now. It's kind of crazy, so make sure you're following. We're putting a lot of work. I see you guys in chat. Make sure you're following. Again, you can recommend something at any period of time, and I'd be more than happy to cover it for you. This is an example. We are also in Discord right now. If you guys would like to join the public Discord, it's completely free and always will be free, guaranteed. Yeah, so make sure to join. Hey Ferber, welcome back to stream.
Ethereum, man, pretty close to that all-time high.
Ferber's a regular of the stream. He's a crypto enthusiast, and he could sell you just about anything. Right, Ferber?
Actually, not all-time high. What am I talking about? You guys want to hear something crazy, man?
Man, I would love to hear it. Tell me.
So I got a Colombian friend, right?
Yeah.
And he goes back and forth, states, and
yeah,
he's got like a chicken farm down there. But anyways, massive chicken farm.
Nice.
But he's saying now that the narcos have actually traded narcotics for Bitcoin. They're actually mining Bitcoin like crazy in South America as we speak. So they're ditching the illegal activity for more of a somewhat legal. So yeah, they're getting into crypto big time, man. The narcos are. They're putting some shit out there that it ain't worth a damn paper that it's written on. It's crazy. People are buying it because it's such a crypto craze, man. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. He's like, nope. I kid you not, man. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. And they're hitting it big time, man. They're like just mining stuff. I was trying to get some of the but it's just particular to them, right? To South America. And I was trying to get some of the symbols to see if we can pull them up. He's going to work on that. But I mean, it's like you have no idea, who's behind this, right? For this particular guys. And yeah, I thought that was pretty awesome. Make a great Netflix special, wouldn't it? Just like how these guys just
it actually reminds me a lot of Breaking Bad. That's so funny.
That'd be a sick Netflix special, right? As hot as Bitcoin is right now, man, you can make that thing. It'll go freaking viral.
Yeah, that is funny. Like Jesse Pinkman type. That's funny.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
is
man.
pinging
Yeah.
Me? Who's somebody sharing a message?
Whoever wants you to cover Ethereum in a bad way. Looks good, man.
We can maybe do that. But this is for birds in natural habitat. He was telling us about some altcoins. Wasn't it just yesterday, Ferber? I haven't got around to highlighting it, but typically we don't really cover too much crypto. But it's hotly demanded though. A lot of people like it, so it gets talked about here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just looked at like Linkcoin or whatever, something he was mentioning to me yesterday. I couldn't find a website that could explain to me what it was, but it exists. It was you sending me the message. Very smart, very smart.
Ethereum 10,000 till January. You should update link chart. Ethereum 10,000 till January. What does he mean by that? That Ethereum is going to $10,000 by January? Is that what he means by that?
He's got a sense of humor to him.
Oh.
Ferber, tell me about something that's not crypto. We just did the whole crypto thing yesterday. Make sure you guys are following the stream. I see you guys in chat. Make sure you're following. Your name will pop up on screen. It'll be great.
It's hard not to talk about crypto, man. Everybody wants to talk about it. He said, dude, crypto changed my life. Of course, I'm all in crypto. All in.
That do be the vibe.
It's like all the chips, just push them all up in there. Cash out the IRA, sell the classic card, just to be all in.
Man, you're hilarious.
Holy gravy, that's
Ferber,
a scary thought, dude.
Discord. You should join Discord. We actually have a public Discord call going right now. You can join right now. I'll give you roles. Anyone who joins right now and types anything in the Discord chat can get a role. But yeah.
You don't want me to.
It's up to you, man. The door's open. That's funny.
So is Ferber like a miner or something? One of these electronic miners?
No, he just likes crypto. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just
yeah.
To each their own.
You will block me.
Oh, block. That's funny. Probably not. We're pretty easy going around
No,
here. We
crypto,
kind of
man. Crypto is
you can say
crypto, dude.
whatever
It's
you
the most
want.
popular topic, right? It's the most popular thing out there in any marketplace right now, man.
You're right, and we have these RSIs, we have our MACDs, we have all these indicators that help us identify when things are over their average price or under their average price. And typically I try to buy things that are low to I then sell high. So when there's all this hysteria in the air like there is right now, and like such a craze, so much euphoria, that's typically a sell signal in itself, and you don't even need a chart to be able to identify this one. It's more of a like psychological pattern in human behavior. When your grandmother's asking you about Linkcoin, that's when you know this has probably reached the end of the line, right? At least that's in
Yeah.
theory. That's maybe my 10 cents, 2 cents, something like that.
Well, you see that with a lot of that stuff is cyclical. You see it a lot, right? Like you didn't have to go very far, right? Remember 2008, right? And that was the worst because that was the actual physical asset in real estate, and you're looking at and you're touching it and you're feeling all really good about it. And you're like, man, there's no way real estate will go down. There's just no way. It's real estate. Look at it. It's sitting there. I mean, this stuff doesn't even have anything tangible to look at. So, I mean, it happens in every freaking cycle. You have the new hot topic before real estate. It was gold, and then before gold, it was a technology bubble of 1998, 99. And this is what happens. I mean, everybody's like, I'm all in. And I'm not saying crypto goes to zero, crypto goes to 300,000. But just understand that the most risk in any marketplace, if you ever want to find out where the most risk is in any marketplace, just find out what everybody's talking about. That's the easiest way to do it. I mean, so
Bingo bango, you nailed it right
never,
on the head,
that's
man.
never failed me wrong.
Preach. That was perfect, man. You were on a roll. That was great.
Well, it's just truth. I mean, that's in 2000. Look, I got licensed in 1999 in the technology bubble, dude. And the things that you saw, anything that had attached .com to it, I mean, you could buy. I remember JDS Universe, Sienna Networks, freaking all these freaking stocks, right? And some of them didn't even have any earnings at all. Some of them have negative earnings. You could have opened up a lemonade stand on the street corner and made more profit in these companies. But it didn't matter because it got into a place just like this with Bitcoin, because it was new then. .com was new, right? Just like Bitcoin is today. And they started to freaking just buy the stuff up. You could buy like SunPower, for instance. I can just pick up any of them. You could buy like a 9:30 in the morning, and by freaking before lunchtime, you were up literally 40%. And it was like that across the board. It was not an unforeseen thing. It wasn't an unforeseen thing. I mean, this is what happened. And that's then you fast forward to 2008 real estate. That's the new hot topic, right? And that's where the most risk is. That's when you start getting phone calls. Like, I was a financial advisor back then. That's when you start getting phone calls like, hey, so-and-so got a condo over at the beach and they bought it for, 90,000 and they sold it in 90 days for 120 or 150. I want to do the same thing, right? Sell out my IBM out of my IRA and let's get some condos. So this is the kind of thing that happens, man. I mean, and it's just, it happens all the time. Happened with gold. I've never seen so many jewelry stores turn freaking gold commodities brokers, right? Like all the jewelry stores turn into gold commodities broker during the gold thing, right? And it's just like now they're out of business. They're gone. I mean, it's like, they took out too much inventory. So, it's. I'm not saying crypto goes down or it goes up. I'm just saying, that is about as risky right now as you can get. And, guys are calling me all the time. Why should I do? Should I invest in crypto? I was like, look, let me put it to you this way. Do you know when you go to Vegas, what do you do when you go to Vegas? You bring 2,000 cash, 1,000 cash, 500 cash. You go out there and you set your mind up that you say, I'm not coming back with this money. right? I'm not coming back with this money. Okay, well, I call this Vegas money. I mean, if you have $500 or $1,000 to put it in. You ain't got nothing to lose. Put it in. It might turn into something great. It might not, but you got to be ready to lose the whole thing, right? And not be mad about it, right? Just put it in. I don't have a problem with that. I just hate people that give up these false pretenses of like, this will never go down. When you start hearing stuff like that, that's what worries me. Because a lot of people will get hurt. You know, a lot of people will get hurt.
You are right, sir. I completely agree with everything you just said, and I would be very much inclined to hear you listen, to be able to listen to you talk more about it. That was fantastic, the way you were talking about real estate, where you're talking about the 2008 financial crisis. I didn't even know you were licensed till
I
now.
lived it all. I lived it all. I was an equities trader. I was a bond trader. I was a margin clerk. You know how many margin calls I had to do during 2008 making real? Yeah, dude, I'm retired from the industry now, but I mean, I'm old enough to be your dad. Looking at you.
Oh,
but
man,
I mean, you know,
there's
it's a
nothing
good
wrong
thing
with
to
that.
know, man. It's a good thing to know because, you know, it's, again, if you ever want to find where the most risk is in any marketplace, find what everybody's talking about.
Yes,
That was taught to
sir.
me for a very long time, and it's just so true. During the technology bubble, 98, 99, it was the dot-com stuff.
Yep.
Then it was the real estate stuff. Then it was the gold stuff. And now it's Bitcoin. And, you know,
Yes.
Bitcoin, think about it, it's not even tangible. You don't even get a stock certificate for crying out loud.
You don't get a
I
piece
mean,
of ownership. No, not even.
what do you,
Nothing.
like, nobody's yet to answer me that. What do you actually own? What do you actually have equity
Exactly.
in? So it's just no wonder the narcos have taken over this thing and say, heck yeah, we're running with this. I mean, you think about all the money they can traffic back and forth without again to tell. Oh man, it's unregulated for the main part, right? I mean, so it should be fun to watch.
Yep. It's a crazy euphoric space, and
it's a decentralized network. I personally don't want a bank watching every transaction.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait. Real-time monitors in the Discord. I'm going to the crypto section. I'm going to click on memtool.space. This is the real-time transactions for Bitcoin happening right now. Somebody just sent $10,000 somewhere. We can click and investigate that exact transaction, what wallet it went from and what wallet it went to. And we can see the fees and everything. It's very uncongested right now, which is kind of a good thing. It means transaction times will be quicker. But people always say these cryptocurrencies are decentralized, but everything starts somewhere. Like, the universe was created somewhere. Like, we have the Big Bang Theory, yes, but that's kind of an incomplete answer. Like, it stems from somewhere. All of this stuff is very visible via these various tools and resources such as mempool.space that allow you to see these transactions happening in real time. And then, you can see the fees, the amount, the wallets they're going to and from.
Who is it? What's their name? What's their social?
See, that's where you'd have to do some more further investigating, and then people, you would eventually tie these wallet accounts back to maybe like a Coinbase account, which is why if you do involve in the Coinbase or crypto space in general, you probably don't want to be using like Coinbase, for example, because again, you're centralizing. With Coinbase, you're storing your money in the cloud on their server. If anything, you want like a hardware wallet. I don't want to get too much into the crypto thing. We're doing so great on FDX here, and the 2008 bubble and the real estate was all very informative.
Everything that Ferber is saying is true.
I know.
Ferber 67 is saying facts.
Good.
Gold is
around.
deed. Bitcoin goes down, but it's not the time yet. Stock market biggest opportunity cost in the last 10 years. I agree with. This is just a fact. No hate on the stock market. That's fine. Everybody that is bearish on Bitcoin here should get their eyes checked. Okay, I get it. I mean, but still, my whole point is that if you're telling me this is not the riskiest thing in the marketplace right now, then you haven't been around markets long enough. I
That's
mean,
a
it's
factual
just it's
sentence.
this is the risk. Everything he said is true. All of it.
Well, high
Every single bit he said
volatility.
is true.
It
I mean, it's
if it can't possibly project the gains you're expecting to see without having an equally represented an equally sized risk relationship, right? We're talking about risk reward relationships
yeah,
now,
yeah.
and
Well, all you have is technicals, which I found it attractive. And like Ferber just put on there, I just follow the trend. And you know what, Ferber, that's all you have, really. I mean, that's all you have is the trend. I mean, so of course you follow the trend, and the trend has been what it is, right? It's but I mean, certainly, when you start hearing people use a verbiage like, oh, I'm cashing this, or I'm selling this to buy Bitcoin, and that is happening. That is happening. That's when it starts to get a little hairy, and I start thinking about the good old days of old. I haven't been very good old, not old at all, right? 2008 was just yesterday, right? I mean, and you start hearing things like this and this over exuberance, and then you start thinking, hold on a second, let's think rationally.
Yep.
And put this thing where it belongs, in the risk tolerance that it belongs in.
Okay. Guys,
Cool.
if you haven't already, make sure you follow the stream. We are streaming on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, DLive, all simultaneously. Make sure you are following if you want to stay up to date with all the latest information. Right now, we are looking at FDX, which is FedEx. FedEx Corp was recommended to us by a member of the chat. You can all do the same. Just recommend what it is, the company that it is you would like to see, and we'd be more than happy to have it on screen. We are also available in this free and public Discord. It will always forever be free. Make sure to follow, guys. Make sure to follow. And yes, so here's FedEx Corp. FedEx Corp in 2017 reported a profit margin of 6.98%. In 2018, they had a profit margin of 0.77%. In 2019, they had a profit margin of 1.86%. And in 2020, they had a profit margin of 6.23%. So like a little bit of a scoop there, a little bit of a scoop. Ooh. I imagine this company probably would have been beneficially impacted by COVID as people were ordering more things online. Probably overworked to an extent. Right now, it's very middle of the trend. We see this quite clear line right here. We see the 20 monthly moving average. I don't know why it's not showing. Is it because I clicked the screen like that? Yeah, FedEx Corp. It's very middle of its range. As you can see, its current price it's sitting right at the monthly 20 moving average. If it went up, that would be about 35% to the all-time high. If it went down, it would be exactly 35 cents to the 180 moving average. Very round numbers, very tangible number, very easy to calculate in your head numbers. It's like exactly in the middle, like uncoincidentally, perfectly symmetrically in the middle. Now, if we look at prior examples, we have the reason this line here is yellow and not red because it's been used as a resistance twice prior, 3 times prior, 4 times prior. So it's pretty well known that this is a resistance, and this price action up here in the 280 to 320, that might be accounted for in what's it called? As we were saying, this is a company that was probably impacted positively by Corona. So that would be an example of the extraordinary, the exception to the rule, the outlier in a data set. Will it re-achieve those highs? I think let me tell you what I would do. I'm not telling you where you should be. I'm telling you what I would do if I were to be taking a position in FDA. Right here is your 180 monthly moving average. As you can see, it's been used as a support multiple times throughout history. 4 distinctly that you can see right here. I would put a bid in around there at around 145, 144.40. Somewhere in that range, and wait for a fill and let the cycle carry out, you know? These things move in a cycle, right? So just recognizing you have your supports down here, the potential resistance of right here, and then the all-time high trend highs way up here. And if you did get that 140, I said 145, that would be about 120% gain to all-time high, which is way better than the 30% from present to all-time high. Way better, way more opportunity, way more potential to be had. But yeah, that's FedEx, basically. Earnings, I'm not going to move these lines and just wait for it in a week or now. You know, it's like, go look at FedEx. It fell to its support. Oh my gosh, Denzel, you're still here. I hope you appreciate the chart. I did the best of my knowledge to be honest and transparent as possible, explain why certain decisions were made. Look at this example here. We got a red candle, touch 20, monthly 20 moving average, and then it broke through. It kind of like spun there for a moment. It's also a quite clear flag in this prior, but yeah. What else should we look at? Yeah, Denzel. So most likely, probably like 145 would be my entry point, right? I'm not telling you what you should be doing with your money. Everyone has a different approach, whether they're like contract shares, fractional shares, whatever it is it may be. That 145 price point, if you can get an entry there, for the long term, this would be a pretty solid pick. Mazur, you're up next. You're up next. Mazur said, I'm probably mispronouncing all these names. I'm so sorry, guys. The Mazurin, you better be following me. Are you following me? Yeah, you're following me. Okay, let's go. LMRN.